Hi, viewers. You are highly welcome back to Mission Administrator Sylvester, our live broadcast taken also from Umbrella Junction. That has always been the usual place until we travel. Physically, we remain what we are on this channel as the update keep on coming. And everything that comes my very way or on the screen is live connected to the source. That you would have to only address the situation as it is. Knowing very well that doing the right thing is only when you know what you have to do, not when you attended school and you became master of a subject. That doesn't apply to the angel. The angel knows better than you have with you as a certificate or degree. What am I saying? Let's get to this. You see that this is the jar filled with what? Special liquid. You can see, look at it carefully. If we want to talk about drinking, something very important from nature is this, that if I have no water and I live on this natural, supernatural, special liquid, that means that I have a cup of water. Now this tells you about aquarium, generally, as you have been told, who the Lord calls life bringer. Or you want to add to the main water bearer. Water bearer means I have water, but I am not in the water. But with this water, I drink, I live on, and also for many other things. But this won't be called water. However, it is so supernatural that we cannot corrupt it to what you already know. But to understand it, as it is given life, this is life. Other than what we drink, just usually, as you may not find this commonly unless you have a vineyard. Now, carefully watch. I just feel this whole big cup. Maybe you want to take a look at what size it is. Just did feel it with just two of this. Actually, look at the lid. I did eat from this. The water of this, two. Feel this and it's over, and I have to drink it directly from their main source. This is the source of it. So I have two of this, and is more than it contains life to overflow the cup or the jar. To understanding what I'm saying, we'll be displaying some content here with aquarium or the Aquarius. That you cannot say you are the Lord who came in the time predestined as life returned. Surely if then life returned, when they told you that Abi, Ra, had received an angel, and that the time of life is the language they speak to him, and they did return. The result, that if the world's learned, scholars, spiritualists, people who have kept their things building, have received of their Lord as prophecy, a day and when things they should look out for the things, because they told them where it will come from, they might not really know. But when it comes, they will get to know, because they keep on searching and researching, and their results will show that, and they keep on updating themselves from what? The angels or the spirit sources. That it cannot just happen without the person himself also knowing why he came. Very, very, very exclusive with this very topic. As I can tell you, if you see what we say is white or textured, then you will know by the covering of it with this. Until they open it unto you, you don't see what is underneath. So if I adore it now, this is how he told you, heavenly vineyard, from which we have this special drink or special language. So this is special spirit until you know what spirit power is. And I decree by the powerful God of the Lord and God of the God and the God of the God to live. Authority with its angels as judgment and dominion is given to open and operate through this, a supernatural thing that connects to the sources and vibration sources and FE and the great living. That when I drink this, know it very well, I'm the one who is drinking it. It won't do just what you think, but what the Lord says, I know what I'm saying. And I know what spirit is. Let it be according to his will. Lead at will. Very well. Just two of these is more than a cup or a jar. Are we talking about life? It means you can even share this with many people to just drink. Even a coconut you want to have. Let's say a coconut. How many coconuts would you find maybe that can give you enough of life in this form? And that only those who reason with the Lord by spirit will begin to do the things of the spirit by creating it. That's what I can tell. All these are for healing and for other purposes. Just look at it. In a very younger level of it, we will have everything in it. Yes. And that, if you compare with any local kind of, whatever we call it, coconut, it will take many years, a year to even produce what you want to say is mature to live on. But such generations, according to the Lord and his word and his children, you can have it more than more every day. Every single day. Every single day. So this should be our little background, as the only one you can see on this is myself and the kind of content, rich content like that. So let's take a little conversation around Aquarius content. I have a lot of things to do, and I want to thank the Lord for his greatest works, as it won't fail when he has also predestined it. Let me see carefully, or let me perceive what the Lord is saying. Now, you wanted to look at if I really have what I'm saying. So there is it. I took a photo of it. Here it is. So that we have also yet another background. So from the rich source and gardens, here it is. And I have this tool, like I mentioned, that there's nothing I can talk to you about that you want to tell me I don't know, or that I'm just fake or trying to fake out things. What? Even to say fake is just to figure out something. That is it. To compare with original or to the source, if we truly have anything like that. Very well. Let's take a look at one of these two things here. That, if you want to talk about Aquarian, what do we say is Aquarian? What is Aquarian? Well, Aquarian is ready. Let's have fun with it. Yeah, let's have fun with the word Aquarian. That is myself. It's my own kingdom, or how I was raised. It's from this kingdom. So I don't think somebody knows better than when it comes to my own self doing it. My own self doing it. And I'll show you this color also from that. So if you have the jar, the life reserve, let's find out if truly the Lord has given us everything to understanding. You don't need to rush when I'm talking. Because if I need to rush right now, you don't get anything, because the spirit and the languages, you even find it as a thing is in dictionaries. As this is defined according to what the spirit that is right now leading the world. To where the Lord even prayed us in this world is end of world and a new world. And a new generation and a new kingdom, a new God, a new ruler. So you have to really focus and pay more attention to what the Lord has made available. That we won't just say a common person is saying. Now, look at it. I would have a special time to trade it from the initial, but I added to this as it became a very powerful source to do it. Now, watch carefully. That one of the colors they're going to show you about Aquarian or Aquarius, even that I want to say, we'll look at what the name. So the name actually is what? Water bearer or life bearer. This all minus every other thing that doesn't work with the function of the Spirit of the Lord that is function. You look at myself on the screen and you will be surprised seeing this image. And what we say is, wait, I am age. I am age or I am age. So I am age, which you also say is image, is this. Unless the one whom it was written of or that bringeth it will come and tell you what is I am age. I am already is the name of a God. So there's nothing you say that you want to say, that's what it really means. No. Angels are the only one who made the things, or spirit, so that they are the only one who understand best. Now, another name you want to say for Aquarius is on the screen showing. Let's make a very quick time from the side as I got it right there. Here is Aquarius. First of all, the most important or the most prominent myth associated with the Aquarius constellation or constellation is that of what? The Ganymede, or you want to say Ganymede. Ganymede. That's the name, Ganymede. That's why they've been even saying things and sound in the Bible, 80, this and that, BC, this and that. They mean it something like Ida. All these are with the connection of the vineyard. Now it says what? A beautiful Trojan. You see that they got the word January from this name of a god already. As January is what? Jan, then Uary. And then you want to say Trojan. So this already original to the person saying it. That I was born, supposed to be born in what? January. Now look at what they're saying. That is what? The Ganymede or Ganymede, a beautiful Trojan prince. What do they say? Trojan prince. Did they say something else that you know in the church than prince? Here is the original source. Who was what? Abducted by Zeus. Who was abducted what? Abducted, ex-Zeus. Or ex was Zeus. So Zeus. So when it says Zeus or Zealous, they are saying this person's name. Zealous means strength, or to get a bold courage and all of that. This is simply what they are saying. Now, what can I say? Zealous or Zeus or Zeus. In what? So the word zealous is the right person of its word here, giving the healing that we need right now. In the form of an eagle, to become the cupbearer of the gods on Mount Olympus. So they told you about this mountain. Anybody that descends like that loves the mountain work because that's a spirit and a source connected to the person who had to be given. And you talked of many that the Messiah, the chief X, or the X-Men, or the character Christ that you know, or the messenger, or the messenger of the Lord in that time, many years ago, he was the cup. He was talking about the cup or the jar. He had to carry the jar or lift it up and say, give thanks. This is the Lord, and you know the house from which he came. That if nobody could redeem, who would do that? So that I'm the original one from that very constellation. That's why things will work with the Lord himself like this. That if you're not his brother, you're never also going to do it like that. There, watch carefully. Say, the cupbearer of the gods on Mount Olympus. So in Nkonya, my mountain tells you, I have it physically and we know it. The same rock that I told you about the Christ talking about, that's where it is. These are all the things that they say he laid hand. So I lay hand also on it physically. Where do you think it will be? Where did you find any of this? Because the Bible told you, out of the new rock or the white stone, would a new name be given, or a new name will be given. So it goes on like that. Other myths associate Aquarius with what? Deucalion. Then you see what? Deucalion or Deucalion. Then they got lion in addition. That defines where you also have the name lion with it. Deucalion. You got a lion right there. And then they have the Decan. For this, without this, you have nothing telling you. Something very important to focus on. And now watch carefully that it says again that the son of Prometheus or Prometheus. So you said, look at it at Prometheus. Do you get it? Who survived the deluge, or with Enki or Ea, the Mesopotamian or the Mesopotamian god of water and creation. Are we talking about creation? Are we talking about most important people that you claim they are the reason you worship at the church? Then we are here telling you who we are. Not your level. To say what you have is why you think you are bigger than him. You can't be bigger than anybody here. That they make you a God, one of them, yet you couldn't be any of this to know yourself, to tell the world what you can do. Isn't this a miracle? So you know this word Enki. This word Enki is an Nkwanya language, Enke. And then we also have Inle. Inle means to take or to take from something. All these are the people, the Enki and the Enle, all of that. That people can say they are worshiping their idols somewhere. But we don't do that. However, we have altars who just represent the true creation. Do you watch carefully what I'm saying? Now, let me go on. Because I will take this once again. And I break every unclean spirit out of it now. Now, look at this. That I just want to put it right there for you to see the color. You see this color? That makes up the Aquarian well. Do you get it? So let's go on quickly. It makes the Aquarian very well what you don't know. Now we got some other things to talk about. Now, what is Ganim Ede meat? Or Ganim's Ede? Now, I said Ganim Ede or Ganim Ede is this. Watch carefully. It says what? Son of King Tros was known for his what? Exceptional beauty. So this beauty is why things happen and you can't express other than the Lord himself showing beauty and what he desires. That he does not receive anything ugly except beauty. So in this kingdom, it's beauty because the Lord cannot produce a fruit and then you give him the bad one. Even in the Bible, there's no part of it that deserves anything like that. He told you the best of it, the best of which you have, he will take it. That you give to him, whether it's human being, fruit, animal, whatever, in the best place, is given to him. Then why do you think I'm the one to be giving what? Opposite. I don't think we are in your generation. You are far wide gone. Now watch carefully. So that was supposed to be what? An exceptional beauty. That's what I'm saying. What you do to this place, don't ever think of any God that you know. For the one predestined for the generation is the one working with his own angels. That's why we say holy angels. What you don't trust, you don't have to believe this, anyone, whatever. Now, look at it. There they will mention Zeus. Then Zeus, or Zealous, or Zeus, in his lustful desire. So you see the one who came with the lustful desire. But that is not just a common lust, but is of spirit or the Lord or a God. So it won't be as a man or a creature like you. Except you are exceptional, like they told you about this first one. So Ganymede or Ganymede, son of King Tros, was known for what? His exceptional beauty. So it means that there's a kind of beauty that you don't have anywhere. That's why the Lord's own beauty, like I told you, on the screen I've been showing you how the Lord or the heaven itself will show you beauty that I have is different. That in the garden you see it very different. That Zeus, in his lustful desires, transformed into an eagle and adopted Ganymede from Mount Ida. So you see that the mountain of Eden and all of that they have been saying, these are the things. From Mount what? Mount Ida or Mount Ida. And then where he was what? Tending his father's flock. You see that the whole thing is as you say it in the Bible, but you don't get it except we have somebody who really is one of them, showing you how it is. Now, in some versions, Zeus sent the eagle to what? To carry Ganymede, while in others, it was what? Or it being Zeus himself in the guise of an eagle. So it means he hid himself or changed himself to that eagle. That's why U.S. have been talking of eagle. And we told you U.S. is the Zeus and all of that. Like I already have told you, that is where they gather. All of them. That's why you see many things happening over there with supernatural forces and things that yet they live in it. Why do you think they have the snow and all of that? This is the nature of the creators or the gods or the angels. That's why they are able to what? To live in those things also with them. They are their own children. Now look at it. Now, Ganymede, that's why this name says Garden of Eden. So you see, this is why they got the name. That's why it even sounds Garden of Eden. So that you have Ganim what? Ganymede. You see that if you didn't know the name, or you just mentioned it, you won't even know where it's talking about the Garden of Eden. That whatever, wherever they turn it, or whatever it becomes, once the understanding spirit is here, we'll get it. So Ganymede, which they say Garden of Eden also, and we talk of the Gar, all of this, they have all differences, and wherever it happens, there it is. So Ganymede became Zeus' cup bearer. So have I not shown you a cup filled with something? All right. Serving what? The gods with nectar. What is nectar? The sweet part of any flower or fruitfulness or juice. That is a nectar. Sweet what? Sweet nectar. So I'm the one feeding them. As you yourself, you think being loved by a man or being with a man, like, you know what I'm saying? Being or paid, you want to say somebody gave you what nobody's ever given. So that's why you think it's love. That's not love. But the nectar is ourselves. So I'm drinking from the nectar of what? Coconut. Now, it goes on to say, a task previously heard by Hebe, goddess of youth. So you say that when the archangels and all of that come, they are going to see the youth. That I told you why the Lord exceptionally will do this. Now he said, it goes on and also the other point says, Hera. Then you have this word, they say her. That's why this one also refers to her. So this is how the language that you want to see a woman or great people, then indeed, that must be what the Lord said is the fruit. The best of it, we can say. Zeus' wife was what? Jealous of Ganymedes' position and what? And the time Zeus spent with him. And subsequently, the myth of Ganymede became popular in ancient Greece. So you see that where it happened, that's it. And Rome, that is also Romy. Here you can see the best of it happening. Interpreted as a divine. I mean, where we mentioned divine means what? Two. That is double vine, like two portions of a plot. That is what it says, divine. That's a, they also have it as a devil. That's why you say also devil. So when you say divine or delvine, or like you want to say, as I said, that is it. Endorsement of what? Homosexuality. What is homosexuality? When you understand the game, you will know what they are saying. Isn't this what the Lord wished somebody to come and do it? As you will not come and do opposite before somebody judges you. Okay, watch here carefully. As we want to have many other things. Now look at it. It goes with this very important part. That this could happen only from Nkonya to the world or from the world to Nkonya the best. And I rebuke any unclean spirit or anybody that comes off the left or right, whatever it is, reserve. Come off the line. Now, other association was this, or is probably this, that you want to say, Decalion. So that's why they have Decalion. Even in the French language, they have Decalé. How we get it? Decalé. And we see that this is what brings the language and to the closeness why they have those languages and those names. So the Decalion, son of Prometheus, survived the great flood by what? By constructing an ark and became a new father of humanity. Who is this in the Bible? Noah. That's the only person you can compare with to know about the flood. And all these people live it, and why they live on mountains because of the flood and all these issues. Or it's a strong foundation for them looking at their nature in giant form. Now, establishing a new race of human. When they told you Noah's Ark had brought about new race, did you not understand that? So when the things have been twisted or it happened in reversion is the reality. But who will tell the best and all of them? Yeah, we got it. This is the only kingdom that made all the things. And Enki or Ea, being what? The Mesopotamian god of water and wisdom, known for his role in creation and for his ability to control the waters. So I can control the waters when I come around. And we've always done it on my channel, you know it. Or we want to do it when we appear or approach it. That the water carrier, that if I carry water or if I move anywhere, there should be water following me. That is life. The part that we also say we play a role. And it said the constellation Aquarius is often associated with the what? The water carrier. The water carrier. And symbolizing what? The life-giving. And potentially symbolizing what? The life-giving, as I mentioned. destructive power of water. So let me take that part again. He said, water carrier, which symbolize what? Symbolizing the life-giving and potentially destructive power of water. You know how water can destroy things, and it's happening in this country, GH. And you can have many other things connected with this. And only the best it was given. Nothing apart from what I'm saying, because nobody is configured with this other than myself, the true color of the heaven that we mentioned. Nobody is better than myself, because this is my own kingdom. I'm not sharing this kingdom anyhow with anybody. And watch carefully. Even they got another thing about the side says meat says what the water carrier represented by the constellation Aquarius was originally Enki or air. And you see in US on computer they what EA. Then they represented it by what? Environmental Agency. On computer screen, monitor. On the monitor when you turn it on, it tells what? Environmental Agency. All this tell you the names of the God. That's why they keep it like that. It's like a sticker that you have on the system, remind you the name of the Lord. To also, through the ancient Sumerian, you realize that the reason they talk to you about the Samaritan or the Sumerian woman, all because the woman had what? Lay hand also on water. And he also approached and told the lady about the kind of water he possesses that came from different dimensions, not that which they even reserve in that small one. Even though it's also water, but he can cause for water or to rain, or a special life he was talking about. But this is the excellent time we came, and it went without somebody's birth. You can't change it. Exactly what we are, that's what is on our certificate or files in this country. It means it didn't fail. And then what? And Babylonian. Then in Greek mythology, this figure also being what interpreted as Ganymede or Ganymede, a beautiful Phrygian youth. Ganymede or Ganymede was the son of Troas, like we have in the other, king of Troy or king of Troy. And all this thing, they made it like you say cartoon and they name it toys. You don't know. They are keeping very important things with it. So those names represent the real people. That according to what Lucian, he was also, or he'd been also the son of what? Dardanos or Dardanos, all of that. Telling us what you cannot throw away. I'm just keeping this right here, short info to the scary skin verified with the Spirit of the Lord. Let my flesh become what it is and not fail. So it tells you what? Another word or another name for the astrological signs Aquarius is the what? Water bearer. So when you see somebody birth to your generation, I told you ever since I have lived in this country, it's been raining all the time. That means we've watered the gardens with accordance, word, and decision of the Lord. And that resonated very well with that. The person who can do this. And it goes on that the Aquarius itself comes from the Latin and means water carrier or cup bearer or cup carrier. Why do we carry cup? We drink from that. And even in Hindu Vedic or Vedic astrology, it is also known what as Kumbha or Kumbharasi, representing what? The symbol of a water pot. Isn't this the Lord's doing? There, we also have what? The name in the Hindu zodiac is likewise Kumbha or Kumbha. Water what? Pitcher. In Greek mythology, Aquarius is what? Sometimes associated with what? As they mentioned, Deucalion or the Decalion. Like you want to put it that way. But the Decalion, the son of what? The Prometheus, who built a ship. Now this is going to show you what? All that happened even with Titanic and all of that. Who built a ship with his wife, Perha, to survive an imminent flood. So what has happened in the name or in the Bible as you used to talk about Noah and all, it's happening several times. You only probably haven't received a word of the Lord. That's why you don't get it. So that we don't have to suffer understanding what is so simple by the Lord. You'll be surprised seeing what the Lord has projected again. How to have a lot of things. We need to talk more about this. I will be talking in the understanding that the Lord gave. What is the Lord giving? Look at these other few things as very necessary. Now take a look. For in this, what are we going to talk about in January or my birth? Look at the quality and character. Aquarius is the 11th zodiac sign, representing individual born between approximately January 20th going to what? 18th February. Now, what do? It is a fixed air sign. It means I've always had air. I've always had air. That's why this thing I've been moving that somebody thinks it was for somebody else. It is fixed for life. That is fixed for life. Place for what? Life. That I cannot lead people to the wrong place. No, I'm led by the life and everything that made the world according to what it is written also here. That it is, or it's a fixed air sign. Known for what? It's progressive, humanitarian, and innovative nature or nature, as Aquarius is often associated with a water bearer, symbolizing its role as a bringer of life and progress. So we can't live any other than what we are, that given life, other than what you think or you believe. Now watch carefully. Now the key characteristics of what? Aquarius is an independent. That's why I want to be alone. So when I'm alone and you are bringing people close to me, you are the one sinning against the Lord. It means that it is never to be like that. Because the characteristic of the Spirit says, I should be alone. Or I'm always alone doing that because of creating and what life we live. A virgin or love or my special God, a great one. You cannot say you are sharing the same room with a king or a prince or a house with them. All that people have done is direct opposite what the Lord is saying, so that I'm the only truth with my works. And you are doing what they said, it should be opposite, that you are a liar. To say that you are my family, or you are this and that, whereas I have not called you. What is the Spirit saying? I am independent and free-spirited. So because of the Spirit that is available that I have, I don't want somebody to come in at the time I'm doing something with the Spirit. You don't have to come in. That is the law. So these are all the law you are breaking with your whatever God you came from. However, all these gods, other gods are all under the same or in the same rule. They are ruled with what? With the Lord that is talking here. And he said Aquarius value what? They value individuality. Whatever we want to say we tend to do has at the end of the day service to what? Humanity and life and the Lord. So you don't have to come in to spoil it or to have a name claim what you are not given. You don't do that. Now, as it is, and freedom. So having free dominion. We give free dominion to who must be given. Not everybody that mention anybody. When you mention anybody's name, I don't know the person. That's what I'll tell you. Because he's not the one working the flesh as talking. I've not eaten. So will you tell me that I've eaten? But I've shown you something. So we're eating. So whilst I'm talking, the reserve of the water bearer or the life in the cup is what it is. I need to drink from the virgins. And I reserve it. Whilst I'm doing what? Also the needful part. And watch carefully. And he say, as often, what do you say often? Of 10. So when you say often, it means that of 10. It means the number from 0 and 1 0 on and off people. They themselves are on or off. We can switch on or switch off. That's why some people, when they come to our area, then they are rather doing what we should be doing. They turn on light and turn off light. And it's a miracle to be saying such things if you know what it happens to be in the spirit, as it is instant or immediate. So often means of 10. It means there are some counting things which goes to what? 1 0. That is 1 0 or 1 0. This is it. What happens with it? Of 10, what does it mean of 10? It means that it's of 1/10. That's why the Bible talks about what? Your 1/10. The one part which is what? Of your 10 portions allocation. Of 10. So it means what you have given of 10 is 1. It means you've done it, you have to do it. That's why they tell you, you have to do it always, all the time, not one day. But if you do it one day and it is your own kingdom, it means your own have received you. So what are they saying of 10? Of 10, doing what? Challenging. You know that the word challenging here is the same angel. All of them, they are engine. You say they are engines of something. They are working out engine, like how the engine of something functions. So of 10, which you want to say often, challenging societal norms. So what are they telling you this? We challenge it because they don't know what it is and what is written. Or did the Christ or the Messiah or the Messenger or the Marisa or the Mizraim son, what did he say? He told them they know not the scripture and they abuse the power of the God or their ruler. So this is where you can place it and you know why they challenge the norms. Certain acts you keep them doing is wayward. It's far beyond what you want to say understand is. So it says what? And conversions. So why some of them have been converted or they are doing things of another person other than what it is. And then what do they say it is? We are what? Innovatives. I would say innovate whatever I say. Innovatives. Do you get what I'm saying? Innovatives. Yeah, what are we saying? Look at somebody even of another country with his name. Making vehicles and technology. Now look at what happened here. So it is my kingdom that is making it. Not that they were born to do this. It is because I have made it possible. That's why it's available. Huh? Now what? So innovatize or innovatize and what? Then even with what I'm saying, you know that it's also with somebody making vehicle and all of that. So innovatize and forward. So what does it mean to forward? Forward. For what word? That is a purpose. So for what? It means for purpose. It came. What is a purpose? Thinking. What is a thinking? A king they are describing to be what? Thin, not that he will be as big a great, like you want to say, however, he's the great one. A thin king. Where does you say thinking? You just want to think is thinking. What is written in the book and the Bible in the school you go or you attend, that's not what it is. The real thing is there are two different words. This one is mainly for a king. And the word king, that's why we have key like Ki. Ki itself is a god. To say ki, Ki is a god. So when they say Kia in this technology is the god of that very A, this is what it is. So thinking. So that then you don't just say thinking. Okay, then how should you think like an aquarium or technology? Then I'm alone, doing my thing secretly. And you don't have to come and worry me because you are not a king. You are not like us. We have not called you. Now what it's supposed to be? Now it says they are visionary and driven. X what? A desire. What is a desire? A better future. Or we are driven X what? A desirous, element. Or we are led by nothing as you want to say. However, a better future. Of 10. What is of 10? For Malachi 3:10. You understand why you do it? Or in the Corinthians, why you give and you ask for the spiritual gift. And now look for what the spirit is used for. These are all the things. So the language is not written for you to just say you attended school and you understand it as you can read. You read that you don't know what you're doing. I'm telling you. That's why they put on the practicality, because without a practicality, you don't understand even a word. But the word itself is now you are seeing what you are using. That's the creation part. You just say it, but you don't know what it is. So that they put you on the practical how to use those creation. Now watch carefully is that often what? Exploring. Explore what? Ring. So this comes with many other things, like trumpet, like bomb, like you want to go extension, you want to go do things. That comes with what? Ringing. New ideas in you. In what area? Technologies. Do you get it? In what? Technologies. that if you did create, then we'll come and show you who made the creation possible to you. Wow, what a great works of the hand of the Lord. And now we're going to have a few words taken as it's really at the true cause area. Now let's see. I'm about just finishing. Thank you. Because I'm going to be talking about this especially on a different thing. Although I won't be adding anything. Now look at it. Look at the Aquarius or the Aquarian or the genre. Humanitarian and compassionate. Now Aquarius have a deep concern for the well-being of humanity and are often drawn to what? To causes that promote social justice and equality. Now, we want to tell you equality. When you are a king, we call it to a kingdom. When you are a princess, we call it a kingdom. That's how the calling is. You don't just form a part of it if you are not born in any of them, or if you are not the fruit of that kingdom. We don't send you in. You go and do things opposite. Now look at the logical part. Logical. These are characteristics of what I'm saying. So logical and rational. It means if there should be any human being, it's only what? Aquarian or whatever. If there should be anybody reasoning with the Lord, that is it. That's the archangels and their Lord. Now, logical and rational is that they are or we are, not you and I. In this case, you are also listening. Now, listening, you know who you are probably if I handle your case. When you are manifesting and you hear it or see it, it means you can do nothing about it than saying the truth. So we are, not you and I, but if you understand and you are converted. So that's why even it tells about conversion. So with the Aquarians or the genre or the Lord your Lord, he said he's what? He is known for what? Their analytical minds and ability to approach situation. I mean, when we see something, we go there. So that's why white people will spot something and they'll go there. White people want to hear something or explore and they go around, travel around the world. They are not in one place. That's how come they exploit you, or they explore that, or they discover that they were also human creatures living on the side here. There's no black man who have gone on expedition to look for the white people. That's why you must honor them, because they are of a greater God and not your God that is nothing. And what happened here is this, that they approach, or we approach what? Situations with objective or objectivity. That before we step closer to you or in work with you, we have a great need to what? Come around. That when I see this bowl, I know the use of it. So I may want it, or I want to see if you are doing the right thing or keeping it. That you may be abusing it. Or that I cannot discern, or I cannot come down here without any purpose or cause. So eccentric and unique. Now Aquarians have what? A distinctive style. It means we are so different from any other creation. And often embrace what? Embrace what? Unconventional hobbies. There are some situations that cannot change, yet we are able to make those things work. And what? An interest. And why you want to have something is based on what? The interest. So what is interest? Interest, something you take in that give you rest. Something you figure out that can give you a solution. These are the things. I'll end the live broadcast right here. Thank you so much. And this is the only way to the heavens. That if you are not one of us, don't call it your own. Your own is what you probably keep. And you don't probably know that I can telling you everything you need to know. That's it. So this is a special work. And let me show you why every other color will be showing you, especially like this. So this is the Aquarian showing you, as on this live broadcast, I'm going to show you something else. Yeah, let's see that. Because I told you I'm going to drink. That the food reserve is not for you better than myself. Right after this, I have many other things to do. And I hope that we can do that. Now check here quickly. Do we have the cup filled with something? Then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do right now. Show me that I want to do it. Look at this color. So if I drink from this, the color like this, then it tells you that I'm using symbol attracted to what? Their spirit according to their own description. So I want to drink. O Lord of the universe, the power, the creator, creator, and the great eater on the Ganymedia, great power, authority, as a word coming from you, show your great, true, powerful spirit, asserts and great power of that in the mighty authority of your hand and the great angel of yours, whatever the Lord it is, and greatest power of universe, that wherever we are aspiring, traveling, let it be in the possible power as I have grabbed you with greatest and honor you with a great profession of your great one and explore according to the word. That which nobody ever thought I have made also with finest of it. Thank you so much. That myself, I want to drink. Let me drink. Let me see if we drink or it's not something we drink. So I'm just showing you on the screen what Aquarius means. So if I wasn't what the Lord did, do you know what changes we've gone through in this single flesh? You know, you can see it on the channel live. This is not where we come and lie to somebody or kind of force to work somebody's issue out other than yourself. If you didn't know yourself, you will not know the one who came calling you. So do I work and have the life reserved also for myself? So it is. Thank you very much. Now the jar. So that when the Rastafarians call it jar, it means there is a greater connection to the name.